So in yesterday's class and day before yesterday's class, we have learned method of joints, and this time we are going to learn method of sections. So as I already said, that whenever you need to find out the forces in all members of a truss, there is no other way than going for a method of joints. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you want to selectively find out forces in few of the members, then it is easier to use method of sections. So what is method of sections? For that, we are going to solve this problem. So can you read the statement of this problem for me?
Yes, sir. A stadium roof truss is loaded as shown. Determine the forces in member A, B, AG, and FG. B part. A stadium roof truss is loaded as shown. Determine the force in members AE, EF, and FG.
Yes. So there are total 6 members जिसमें हमें forces find out करने हैं. Part A में 3 members है, Part B में 3 members है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, so how are we going to tackle this problem? So for that, the first thing that we are going to do is, as usual, we need to find out reactions. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So how do I draw free body diagram? So free body diagram में this is a hinge support. This is also hinge support. K and L both are hinge supports. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So all the other loads have been shown. We are neglecting self weight. That's what I said for trusses. So in that case, I need to show the reactions here, and the free body diagram is complete. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So I have shown two reactions at K, horizontal reaction at K and vertical reaction at K. Similarly, there are two force reactions at L because both are hinge supports. So horizontal reaction at L and vertical reaction at L. This sense you can show it the way you want. Later on, the negative sign or positive sign would indicate whether the sense is correct or not. Happy?
Yes, sir.
But we have a problem here. What is the problem? How many reactions are there? Tell me.
4.
There are 4 reactions. Do you agree
Yes,
with
sir.
me? And how many equations of equilibrium do we have? What kind of force system this is? Tell me. Is this free body diagram a coplanar force system? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But is it concurrent?
No.
No. So coplanar and non-concurrent force system. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So for coplanar and non-concurrent force system, how many equations do you have? Tell me.
How many equations do we have?
Huh. 3
3.
equations of equilibrium. Do you agree with
Yes.
me?
Yes, sir.
So we have now 4 reactions and 3 equations of equilibrium. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
We call such structure as statically indeterminate structure. क्या बोलेंगे इसको?
Statically indeterminate.
Indeterminate structure. Why it is indeterminate? Because I cannot find out all the reactions merely using equations of equilibrium which are available. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I am going to call this as statically indeterminate structures. Now, in spite of all of you having 15 minutes break in between the two lectures, students are joining late. That's pathetic. Please do something about it. So 4 reactions and we have only 3 equations. So we cannot solve for the reaction. So how do we go ahead? So now we will look at the type of truss. So you will understand that this is a roof truss which is shown by triangle AFD. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And this portion is called as overhanging portion. There is no support on the right hand side. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So such portion is called as overhanging. Such truss is called as overhanging truss, or we simply call it as cantilever truss. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Fortunately, in case of cantilever trusses, on the right hand side, on one of the sides, there is no reaction. So we can always start with that end, and we can, without finding out these reactions, find out forces in all the members. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So अगर ये truss cantilever truss है, that means one of its end is free of support. So we can start with that free end. For example, D here is a free end. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So we can start with that free end and we can compute forces in all the members. Fortunately, this is only for cantilever truss. So even though the structure is statically indeterminate, we will be able to calculate forces in all the members of truss using either method of joints or method of sections, anything. Because the truss is cantilever, we can start with the free end. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You will realize what I mean when we actually go into the intricacies of method of sections. Now, if you look at part A, कौन से member में मुझे force चाहिए? AB, AG and FG. Are you with me? AB, AG and FG. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now imagine that I am cutting this truss such that the section passes through precisely these three members. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
इन तीन मेंबर से मैंने एक सेक्शन पास किया and I'm going to cut the truss along that section. What is the characteristic of this section? Does it divide the truss entirely into two halves? अगर मैंने इसको कट दे दिया तो क्या ट्रस के दो पार्ट्स होने वाले हैं या नहीं होने वाले?
होने वाले.
And there is no connection between those two parts once I give a cut. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
ओके सो सेक्शन की प्रॉपर्टी देखो कैसी होनी चाहिए, क्यों होनी चाहिए वो बाद में देखेंगे, बट हाउ शुड द सेक्शन बी इन मेथड ऑफ सेक्शंस? You should take section in such a fashion that it divides the truss in two parts without any connection between them. Are you with me? After giving the cut, of course. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
with me? चलो, मतलब I cannot give a section like this. 1 minute. I cannot give a section like this. Do you understand? Why
Yes, sir.
can't I give a section like this? Because then, even after giving the section, there will be connection between the two parts by member GH. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the first and important property of a section in method of sections? The section must divide a truss into two parts which are not connected after giving the cut. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now what am I going to do? Now I can draw the free body diagram of either the truss part on the left hand side of section or truss part on the right hand side of the section. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
किसी भी पार्ट का आप फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम बनाने के लिए फ्री हो, you can draw the free body diagram of a part either on RHS of the section or on LHS of the section. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Mind you, if I now draw the free body diagram of part on left hand side, this will involve the reactions. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
If I draw the free body diagram of a part on RHS of section XX, it will not involve any unknown reaction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So it is advantageous for me to draw the free body diagram of part on right hand side of the section. So that's what I have done. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, if the truss is in equilibrium, should the part also be in equilibrium?
Yes,
ऐसे
sir.
हो सकता है क्या कि स्ट्रक्चर इक्विलिब्रियम में है और एक ही पार्ट इक्विलिब्रियम में नहीं है? नो, इट इज
No.
नॉट पॉसिबल. Are you with me?
Yes,
So
sir.
therefore, if the structure as a whole is in equilibrium, the part also must be in equilibrium. Happy?
Yes, yes, sir.
So therefore, this part जिसका मैंने फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम बनाया है, free body diagram of truss part which is on RHS of section XX, this also must be in equilibrium. So equations of equilibrium are valid to free body diagram of this part as well. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do I draw free body diagram? So let me start drawing the free body diagram. I will free the body from all external agencies. तो इस मेंबर AB को जो मैंने कट दिया है, उसके राइट हैंड साइड वाला मेंबर AB का पार्ट, are you with me? I
Yes,
have
sir.
shown here.
Yes, sir.
एंड इस सेक्शन के लेफ्ट हैंड साइड वाला मेंबर एबी का जो पार्ट है, दैट इज एक्सटर्नल.
Yes, sir.
डू यू एग्री विथ मी? सो you have to understand, you have to show what that part must have been doing on the right hand side part of section A, of member AB. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now I will assume that forces in members AB, AG and FG are tensile in nature. So if it is so, the parts on left hand side of members BA, GA and FG, they must pull the part on right hand side. Do you agree with
Yes,
me?
yes, sir.
And we already know in trusses there can only be axial forces. That means there can be forces only along the length. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore I have shown these three forces which are pulling in nature. Dekho, FBA is pulling, FGA is pulling, and FG also is pulling. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You can call it as FFG or you can call it as FGF. That is just a nomenclature. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So let me call it as FGF. Are you with me? Vedant, are you with
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Now, is this free body diagram complete? No, not
No.
yet, because we have not calculated the angles. So what is the angle made by this FBA with reference to horizontal? It is same as this angle. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And how much is that angle? If I call this angle as theta, how much is that? If I call this as theta, and if I call this angle as phi. So let us calculate theta and phi. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So how do I calculate theta? Tan inverse of 9 divided by this length. What is that length? 14, 14, 28 plus 12, 40. So tan inverse of 9 by 40. Quickly tell me how much is tan inverse of 9 by 40.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a second. I will come. By that time you give me the answer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. So how much is the angle?
12.68.
So this angle turns out to be 12.68 degree. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how much is phi? Phi is this angle. It is tan inverse of 9 by 12. And how
Yes.
much is tan inverse of 9 by 12?
Sir, it's 36.86.
36.86 degree. So therefore, FBA makes an angle of 12.68 degrees with horizontal, and FGA, I have followed the color code for convenience. FGA makes an angle phi of 36.86 degree with the horizontal, and FGF is horizontal. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, what kind of force system is depicted in this free body diagram? कौन सी system है? बोलो. Is it a coplanar force system?
Yes, sir.
Lines of actions of all the forces, they do lie in a single plane. And
Yes,
is
sir.
it also a non-concurrent force system?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because lines of actions of all the forces do not meet in a single point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So it is coplanar and non-concurrent force system. So how many equations of equilibrium are possible?
3.
There are three equations possible: two force equilibrium equations and one moment equilibrium equation. So
Yes,
if
sir.
I define the coordinate system as x, y, and z coming out of the plane of board towards you as positive, then there are three equations: summation fx, summation fy equal to 0, and summation of moments of all the forces about z axis passing through a point under consideration equal to 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
We are now going to apply these three equations, and there are three unknowns at our disposal. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
कितने unknowns है? तीन unknowns है. So we are going to solve for these three unknowns by using the three equations of equilibrium. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
This process is called as method of sections. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
मैंने क्या किया है? I have taken a judicious section. So what is judicious section? तो उसका एक पार्ट तो मैंने बता दिया. That section must divide the truss in two parts which do not have any connection after giving the cut along the section. Happy?
Yes, sir.
ये पहला पार्ट है. दूसरा पार्ट प्रॉब्लम के एंड में देखेंगे. But I have taken a judicious section and I have drawn the free body diagram of one of the part, either on RHS or on LHS. सेक्शन कैसे लिया है मैंने? जो फोर्सेस हमें फाइंड आउट करने हैं उन्हीं मेंबर में से पास होने वाला सेक्शन लिया है, तो ही तो फायदा है. अदरवाइज FBA, FGA and FGF will not be visible. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So far so good. Now which equation should I use first is the question. Which equation of equilibrium? तो summation fx अगर मैंने यूज किया तो it will involve horizontal component of FBA, horizontal component of FGA, and horizontal and FGF itself. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
If I use summation fy equal to 0, it will involve vertical component of FBA and FGA. So these two equations do not give me the assurance of getting any of the unknowns just by use of them. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Instead, now if I choose point G and if I take moment about Z axis of all the forces passing through point G, moment of FGA and FGF is going to vanish. Do you
Yes,
agree?
sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
their lines of actions do pass through point G. And then only unknown will be the moment of FBA about G. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So I will directly get the value of FBA. So that is going to make my life easy. And therefore, intelligent choice of equations of equilibrium is summation of moments of all the forces about Z axis passing through point G equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So let us do that systematically. So I am taking moments of all the forces about Z axis passing through G under consideration. ये ध्यान में रखना. This is the point. What is the moment of this 18 kIPS force? Tell me.
18 kPs. So it's uh, 9.
No? How?
9 into 1.8 kPs.
No. Don't look at this. There is no point in looking at the answer which I have written. You look at this 18 kIPS force and tell me what is its moment about G. 0, because its line of action is passing through
Passing through.
point G.
Yes, yes,
Do you
yes.
agree with me? So
Yes, sir.
this force does not contribute to any moment. Happy?
Yes, sir.
However, this force is going to contribute to the moment. The force is vertical. I should be looking at horizontal distance of G from its line of action. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And how much is the horizontal distance? 14 feet.
14 feet. Yes, sir.
So it is going to be 1.8 into 14. And what kind of movement? Is it a clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
So minus 1.8 into 14. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So this force contributes to the moment. What about this force? It is also going to contribute. So it
Yes,
is
sir.
0.9 into 28.
28.
And
Yes,
it
sir.
is also clockwise in nature. So minus.
Yes, sir.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, this FBA is going to have two components. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
कौन से component है? At B, there are two components.
FB
FBA cos
cos
theta
theta. Yes, sir.
and
And FBA
FBA
sin theta.
sin theta. Where does FBA sin theta act? It acts at B.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Agree with me? I am going to translate this force along its line of action. I am going to assume that it is going to act at B, and then its horizontal and vertical component. Vertical component acting at B, its line of action would pass through G. Do you agree
Yes,
with me?
sir.
So therefore, vertical component of FBA does not contribute to this equation.
Yes, sir.
But horizontal component of FBA is going to produce moment about G. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And how much is that moment? So it is going to
FBA
be FBA cos of
theta
12.68.
12.68.
And what kind of moment? Anti-clockwise moment.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, positive. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And what is the moment? FBA cos of 12.68 multiplied by
9
horizontal
feet.
force at the vertical distance. How much is this vertical
9
distance?
feet.
No.
Ye-
No.
Oh, sorry.
So I need to calculate this distance BG. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So now look at this triangle BG and D and look at triangle AF and D. They are similar triangles. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So go distance 40. Go distance 40 from D and you get 9 feet. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So go distance 28 from D. You get what? That is length BG. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So length BG is simply by cross multiplication, or it is also similarity of triangles. So it is 28 by 40 into 9. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
28 by 40 into 9. So tell me how much is that?
So it's 124.4.
How much?
28 into 40. Oh, sorry,
28
sorry.
by 40 into 9. How can it
28.
be greater than 9 feet?
Sorry, sir. I missed.
Yeah. Tell me.
Just sir, it's 6.3.
Yes. If it is 6.3, I am just giving a sign of hash here. So this is the place where I have calculated this value. You can refer here. Are you with me? So this multiplied by 6.3. Happy?
Yes, sir.
This must be equal to 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So solve this and tell me the value of FBA.
Yes,
I
sir.
want somebody else also to confirm what this is Vedang, right?
Yes, sir.
Vedant or Vedang?
Vedant.
वेदांत ओके सो वेदांत ने जो वैल्यू जो बताएगा वो कोई और भी कंफर्म करना है सो प्लीज डू द कैलकुलेशन वेदांत यू आल्सो डू एंड टेल मी दिस वैल्यू क्विकली
Yes, sir.
ensure that your calculator is in degree mode.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's coming out to be 8.19.
पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव
Positive.
so plus 8.19 and what will be the unit KIPS
Yes, sir.
kilopound same unit as it was here for other forces others please confirm if this right answer is right you can
Right, sir.
unmute and let me know. Pardon.
Yes, sir, it is right. I had confirmed it.
Okay, so plus 8.19 KIPS, and as this sign has turned out to be positive, that means originally assumed sense of FBA is correct, and therefore it is tensile in nature. Do you agree
Yes.
with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore it is tensile. Right. So we have found out now one of the forces FBA, both in magnitude as well as in sense, nature, whether it is tensile or compressive. Happy?
Yes, sir.
What is the next step? Now I am going to apply either summation fx equal to 0 or summation fy equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now if I apply summation fx equal to 0, it involves horizontal component of FGA and FGF. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
But if I apply summation fy equal to 0, it involves vertical component of FGA, no component from FGF, and vertical component of FBA, which is already known.
Yes, sir.
Happy? So therefore, applying summation fy is beneficial. I will get the value of FG. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So you have to decide the hierarchy of equations of equilibrium. कौन सा equation पहले apply करना चाहिए? इसके लिए आपको थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Even if you apply any equation first, finally you are going to get 3 equations in 3 unknowns, but the process becomes tedious. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So summation fy equal to 0. This implies. चलो बोलो क्या क्या आएगा summation fy equal to 0. This minus 1.8, minus 1.8, minus 0.9. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Minus 1.8, minus 1.8, minus 0.9. Then there is no reaction here. So now you understand why we can work with free end in cantilever cases, because there is no reaction. Otherwise, that would have been the unknown. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now what is the vertical component of FBA? It is upward, therefore positive. It is
Positive.
going to be FBA sine theta.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me? But what is FBA? It is plus. First of all, this plus sign is because this FBA's vertical component is going to be upward. Then in bracket also I am giving plus sign. This plus sign is corresponding to the sign that we get here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So plus 8.19 sine of 12.68. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And what is the vertical component of FGA? Plus FGA sine of phi. What is phi? Phi is 36.8. Happy?
Yes, sir.
This must be equal to 0. There is no other force. FGF doesn't have component. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Great. So now can you tell me the value of FGA?
Just yes, sir.
Similarly, means as earlier answer, this answer also needs to be cross verified by some of the other students.
Sir, it's coming out to be plus 4.50.
Okay, I need a confirmation from others. Please unmute and tell me. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So plus 4.5 KIPS and therefore it is tensile. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now we have found out FGA as well. Now we need to find out GF. So what do I do? I am going to take now summation fx equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So let us do it. Summation fx equal to 0. This implies bolo. कौन से forces? This 1.8, 1.8, 0.9 do not contribute. They do not
Yes.
contribute because
Yes,
they are
sir.
vertical. Are you
Yes,
with
sir.
me? Then what is x component of FBA? It is minus
Minus
FBA cos
cos
of
theta.
12.68. But what is FBA? 8.19. Are you with me? So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
giving the sign minus. Why this minus sign? Because here it is towards left. Then in bracket I am saying plus. Why am I saying plus? Because FBA here the sign is plus. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So minus of plus remains minus. Plus 8.19 cos of 12.68. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Then let us look at the next component. It is FGA. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
What is its component? It is towards left.
Left
So therefore
minus.
I introduce negative side. But
Yes,
what is
sir.
the magnitude of FGA? Positive.
Plus.
So therefore I introduce positive side. Negative of positive is negative. So minus 4.5 cos of 5. And what is 5? 36.86. Happy?
Yes, sir.
This is the x component of FGA. And FGF is towards left. So therefore I am going to say minus FGF. Happy?
Yes, sir.
This has to be equal to 0. So that gives me the value of FGF as. Solve it and let me know.
Yes, sir.
Others need to confirm.
Sir, it's coming out to be 11.59.
Plus or minus?
Plus.
How?
Oh, minus, sorry, minus.
Minus 11.
59.
So minus 11.59 KIPS is the value. Are you with me? And as it is negative, therefore what is our understanding? Originally assumed sense of FGF is incorrect. Originally assumed sense was tensile and therefore FGF must be compressive in nature.
Yes, sir.
Happy? Okay. So we have found out forces in all the members. अब जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान दो. There is a check whether our answer is correct or not. कैसा check है तो जरा देखो. Imagine that you support your elbow on tabletop and let your remaining part of the hand be free and apply a force at the free end acting downward. So you will imagine that the bottom part of your hand will feel compression in bending and the top part is going to feel tension. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Or do one more thing. Imagine that you are wearing a collar here. Are you with me? And just bend your neck towards right or whatever it is. Yeah, towards right. तो कैसे होने वाला है जरा देखो. Neck as it bends something like this. You due to the collar you will experience compression on this side. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And you will feel the tension on the neck on this side. You can do this exercise right now. Turn your head towards right. You will feel tension on one side and compression on other side. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is compression, this is tension. So if there is a bending like this, on the side where two ends are going to come closer, you experience compression. On the side where two ends are going to go away, you experience tension. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
अब जरा ये truss पे देखो. How does this truss bend? this truss is going to bend like this. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
If I represent this truss by a line, the deformed shape is going to be something like this. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, you are going to experience compression here, the two ends which are coming closer, and tension here. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So it was expected that the top chord members, these members are called as top chord members of the truss. These members are called as bottom chord members of the truss. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So the top chord members, they will be in tension in this kind of loading, and bottom chord members will be in compression. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So at least I should get an answer that force in member AB is tensile, which I have got, and force in member FG is compressive. Then only my calculations are correct. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was about the solution of the problem where you find out forces in selected members using method of sections. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
अब जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, अगर मेरा सेक्शन 3 से ज्यादा मेंबर को कट करता तो क्या होता? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Let us say the section would have cut 4 members. तो कैसे होता, क्या होता? You would have seen 4 unknowns here. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
4 member forces would have been the unknowns there. And you cannot solve for 4 forces using 3 equations of equilibrium. Do you agree
Yes,
with
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
So what is the next rule for choosing the section? Section cannot cut through more than 3 members. Are you
Yes,
with
sir.
me? So
Yes,
what
sir.
is the definition of judicial section in method of sections? 1, it has to break the truss into 2 parts which do not have any connectivity once the cut is given along the section. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Then second part, it must pass through the members in which you want to find out forces.
Yes, sir.
And third, it cannot pass through more than 3 members at a time.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me? These
Yes,
are
sir.
the 3 rules of choosing a section. And now you can look at, there is a part B as well. So here you need to find out forces in member. कौन से
AE,
कौन से?
AE, EF, and FG.
Yes.
FJ,
AE,
EF,
EF, and FG. Are you with me?
FJ.
FJ. I'm sorry. FJ. Happy?
Yes, sir.
AE, EF,
FJ.
and FJ. That means these 3 members which are marked in blue dots. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I cannot take a section which passes through all the 6 members. ये part A और part B 6 members में pass होने वाले section में नहीं draw कर सकता. क्यों नहीं draw कर सकता? Because the section can pass through at the most 3 members. Then only I will be able to solve for the unknowns. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, what am I going to do now? What is the next thing that I am going to do? So I am now going to take a new section to solve for
Yes, sir.
part B. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And how does that section look like? So let me draw that. So part B of the problem, I will start with a new section. And I'm going to take a section like this. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Does it divide the truss into 2 parts which are not connected after taking a section? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Does it pass through only 3 members?
Yes.
Does it pass through the members in which you want to find out forces?
Yes.
So it is a legitimate section. So I'm going to take a section. I will call it as section YY. Are you with me?
Yes,
And
sir.
draw the free body diagram of right hand side part. Because on left hand side I will get reactions. I don't want to indulge in finding out reactions. It is not possible. With
Yes, sir.
merely equations of equilibrium. Are you with me?
Yes,
So
sir.
therefore I will work on the FBD of right hand side part. So now it is your homework to draw the free body diagram of right hand side part. Repeat the procedure, what I have said, and find out forces in all the 3 members. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with this, we have now discussed both the methods, method of joints and method of sections. Can we differentiate between the 2 methods? Yes. कौन से major differences है? How does method of joints go? In method of joints, we first find out the reaction and then we start with a joint which has only 2 members meeting or 2 unknowns. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Whereas in method of section, After finding out the reaction, if required, reaction बाकी के ट्रस्ट में शायद हम reaction find out करेंगे depending upon the type of trust. Then we take a section which passes through 3 members at the most. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
At the most बोल रहा हूं. ऐसे हो सकता है कि आप 2 members में से पास होने वाला सेक्शन भी ले सकते हो, no issue. But 3 से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So we can pass a legitimate section which passes through not more than 3 members, divides the truss into 2 parts without any connection after giving a cut along a section, and which is passing through the members in which you want to find out the forces. This is method of sections. So first step itself is different after finding out reactions. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
In method of, we will go for method of joints when forces in all the members are required. We will go for method of section when selectively we have to find out forces in few of the members. This is the second point of differentiation. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
If you look at free body diagram of a joint pin drawn in method of joints, it involves coplanar and concurrent force system.
Yes, sir.
So only 2 equations of equilibrium are available.
Yes, sir.
As against in method of sections, free body diagram of part on either side of section represents coplanar non-concurrent force system, and therefore
Yes,
we have 3 equations of equilibrium available. ये 2 differences हो गए. Are you
Yes,
with me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. These are the differences between method of joints and method of sections
Section.
of analysis of a force. There is one more method of analysis of a truss which is called as graphical method, which we will be covering in lab. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, let us go ahead and let us come to this last point in the discussion of trusses. Are you with me?
Yes,
And
sir.
what is that point? Rules for finding out zero force members and rules for finding out equal force members. Matlab, without applying a single equation of equilibrium, without finding out reactions, without drawing free body diagrams, can I, looking at a truss and its loading and support system, can I identify which members do carry zero force and which members have equal forces in them? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
ये अगर आइडेंटिफाई मैंने कर लिया तो मे इट बी मेथड ऑफ जॉइंट्स और मे इट बी मेथड ऑफ सेक्शंस, I may be relieved of applying some of the equations because I already know forces in few of the members. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So that's what we are now going to deal with. So अब जरा देखो, what is the first rule? In a free body diagram of a joint pin, देखो, if in a free body diagram of a joint pin, there are only 2 forces which have non-collinear lines of actions, then both the forces must have zero magnitude. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Let us apply this. ऐसे statement पढ़ के बहुत बोर होता है. We will apply it to the example, then you will understand what I am trying to say. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So let me draw a truss. This is called as Pratt truss or N truss. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You will see these ends. Are you with me? Diagonal member, vertical members of the truss, they do look like ends which are placed in series. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Let us say this is the support condition. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And the force is applied like this. Oh, wait a minute. Force is applied like this. Can you apply rule number 1 to some of the joints? Tell me. Let me call this as joint number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. तो अब जरा जॉइंट नंबर 4 देखो आप. इफ आई ड्रॉ, मन में करना है अभी, ये जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो यहाँ तो ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन आपको दिमाग में करना है. आर यू विद मी? इन योर
Yes,
माइंड
sir.
you have to draw the free body diagram. If I draw the free body diagram of joint pin at 4, how does it look like? It is going to be force in member 4, 5. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Which I assume to be tensile.
Tensile.
And force in member 3, 4, which I assume to be tensile. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So in this free body diagram, how many forces are seen? Tell me.
2.
Only 2 forces are seen. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Are there lines of actions collinear?
No.
No.
Yeah,
So,
no.
so
Sorry.
do they have non-collinear lines of action?
Yes.
So does it satisfy the condition given in point number 1?
Yes.
So what should be the forces in these two members? Both these forces must be 0. So this member also must carry 0 force. This member also must carry 0 force. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
अब जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान दो. The same structure. If I apply force R here, अब बताओ, how does the free body diagram of this joint look like? Joint 4. कैसे दिखेगा free body diagram?
Sir,
It is essentially same as this.
Yes, sir.
But you will have to also show R.
R.
Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So let me show R as well. Now, does it satisfy the first condition?
No.
No, because now there are more than two
Two.
forces. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
तो कई बार बुक्स में इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन पहले रूल का ऐसे भी होता है. If at a joint there are only two members meeting and there is no external force, it means the same. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
तो आपको this statement is more correct technically. So you are going to look at the you are going to find zero force members using this statement. क्या statement है? दिमाग मन ही मन में joint की free body diagram बनाओ. उस free body diagram में अगर सिर्फ दो ही forces meet हो रहे हैं और दोनों अगर नॉन कोलिनियर है तो ही दोनों मेंबर्स में zero force होगा. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the proof? So quickly, I'm going to give the proof for this, and then we will stop for today. The second rule, we will see it tomorrow. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what is the proof for this? So अब जरा ये free body diagram देखो. I will call this direction as x. I will call this direction as y. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, so which is x? Along one of the members, I am going to call that direction as x. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
तो ये मेंबर हॉरिजॉन्टली होना चाहिए, ऐसे नहीं, कैसा भी ओरिएंटेशन हो, लेकिन उस मेंबर के अलोंग डायरेक्शन आई एम गोइंग टू कॉल इट एज एक्स, उसको परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में वाई बोलने वाला हूं. आर यू विद मी?
Yes, sir.
दिस एंगल इज थीटा एंड अप्लाई समेशन fy इक्वल टू 0. अब बोलो क्या होगा?
Summation F equal to sin F4 sin
oh I'm sorry, sin theta
equals to 0.
must be 0. So if it has to be 0, there are only two options. Either this should be 0 or sin theta should be 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
When sin theta can be 0, either theta is 0 or theta equal to 180 degree. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Theta equal to 0 or theta equal to 180 degree would make these two forces collinear.
Yes, sir.
तो वो तो पॉइंट है ही नहीं, so थीटा 0 नहीं हो सकता. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि थीटा 0 हुआ तो ये रूल अप्लाई नहीं हो रहा है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
थीटा 180 हुआ तो भी ये रूल अप्लाई नहीं हो रहा है, because then these two forces will be collinear. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So for any other theta than 0 and 180 degree, this is not going to be 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So F45 has to be 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now how do I prove that F43 is 0? तो वो करने के लिए 45 के along का direction I am going to call it as x dash. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And direction perpendicular to it I am going to call it as y dash. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now for equilibrium, should summation Fy dash also must be equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
So let me say the angle made by F43 with F43 is like this. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Angle made by it with x dash is phi. So summation Fy dash equal to 0 will give me what? F43 sin phi must be equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Happy? So that will yield F43 must be equal to 0. So have I proven the point?
Yes, sir.
So remember, draw free body diagram of a joint in mind. At that joint, in that free body diagram, if draw free body diagram of a joint pin in your mind, if that in that diagram, in that free body diagram, there are only two forces which are non-collinear, then both the forces must have zero force. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This was the first rule. We will apply the second rule tomorrow, and we will also learn the rule for equal forces in next class, and that's where we are going to close the discussion on trusses. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us stop here today. If anyone has a doubt, you can ask. I will share the link of attendance on your group. Did I share the link for previous attendance? Previous class? Vedant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will share the link for this class as well. Let us stop here.